is coming from my experience. I'm a low-income student, and it is very difficult for me to pay for school. So at MIT, I work about 20 hours a week, doing different jobs on campus in order to pay for my education. And it is very difficult, but it also has been very beneficial to me personally. And I feel that when it comes to food insecurity, because of the way that the American culture of approaching universities, of approaching it as a time of struggle, of approaching it as a time of lack, is in place, it's very, very difficult to draw that line between what is necessary to build character and to encourage this idea of learning how to not have something to push you to want more, and having people in such a state that they can't function. And I have seen both sides of it, and it is very heart-wrenching to have people that cannot afford food, people that work with me in labs, trying to chase around different events just to find their next meal, or even just like begging financial aid or even friends for money to buy groceries. It's a very frustrating experience, and as a low-income student, I pursue my education obviously not just for myself, but also for my family, for my community, and there's a level of that I think America just needs to do better in how it treats its students, but also it needs to be better about how important money is to the value of a person. I feel that a lot of the American public systems have similar problems in that because there is not enough research and not enough focus on how to encourage people to think creatively, people that cannot afford that specialized attention fall through the cracks and end up having to just focus on getting by and focus on surviving. And when it comes to the value of like private education or university, how these are the only means in order to advance yourself in the world, most people after they get their degree don't necessarily seek out creative solutions. They are just looking for a job in the same way, and it's also not guaranteed after you graduate. Most students have to wait 6 months to a year in order to find a job, and that entire time they're living, they're usually homeless or living in poverty, which I guess college prepared them for that part, but it's still very difficult. Based on what I know of the systems in Morocco, I think that there is the problem of not being able to critically think about problems. There are not enough opportunities for students to not just see a problem and want to solve it, but have the resources to pursue those. And I think that there are a lot of issues that are present in the education system that aren't just a problem in the education system, that are a problem in the society that need to be addressed. It's just a symptom of a larger problem. But I think that talking about the problem helps, but these conversations need to lead to actions. That these conversations need to be more than I do not find value in my education. Well, where did you find value? And being able to share those valuable opportunities with other people so that it solves the larger problem and isn't just a complaint about what happens next. When I was younger, my mom did not like the way they were teaching math. It didn't actually teach me how to do math. It was just rote memorization, and then I forgot it all when I got home, and she made me sit down at a table with a necessarily large book, and we went through every single problem together. And I owe a lot of the way that I think to my mom, but everybody doesn't have my mom. Yeah. So you have to be that influence in someone else's life, and it has to become a change in the culture in order to change the way that things work. And that's just what I think.